an actor, a martial artist, a philosopher. This is what we remember when we say Bruce Lee, right? His movies, his fighting, his philosophies. That's what we remember, right? But what if I told you there's much more to him than that? In fact, if you really see him, he's different. He's different from a lot of people who are acting in a similar way, who are also fighters, who are also philosophers, right? In fact, if you really observe, he is like the Steve Jobs of Kung Fu, of martial arts. Now think about that. Steve Jobs of martial arts. Why I'm saying this is because he was very innovative. Now in all our lives, we want to be innovative too. Maybe we don't want to build a company like Apple. Not everybody of us wants that. But what we all want is to be more innovative, be more creative, be more effective in our lives. And I'm going to be telling you about one philosophy that Bruce Lee lived by, that helped him do it. And it's a very practical advice. It's a very sane, very sound advice that we all, if we are able to adopt it and work on it, our lives will be so much more awesome. With that said, let's begin. Hello guys, welcome to Models of Excellence, where we tell you tools, strategies, techniques and models to help you lead an excellent life. Now the other day, a few days back, I was looking at this some videos on Bruce Lee. All these fighters who were reacting to him, professional fighters, they said one thing. He was far ahead of his time. He wrote books on martial arts. In his movies, he did moves that are not very restrictive to his time. Now what they're getting at was that at that time, people who are learning Kung Fu even now, or many different forms of martial arts, they stick to their own style. They don't look at things outside. But Bruce Lee, he took moves from kickboxing, he took moves from Muay Thai or different fighting forms. And in his movie, if you see that, you will see how he does it. In fact, he combined all of them and made his own martial arts. Okay, so why does this matter to you? Why should you hear about this, or how can it help you? Now, here's the philosophy he lived by. Absorb what is useful, discard what is useless, and add what is specifically your own. Now, even in those videos where fighters were reacting to him, they said about it, even they spoke about his philosophy is to adopt what is useful, keep it, and discard what is useless. Now, how do you take that and practically apply it to your life? Now, there are two ways to apply that, okay? One is in your personal life. Second one is at a skill level, which means if you're building some skill, that is what you can use it for. Now, starting with the first one, how do you use it in your general day-to-day life? The first way to use this philosophy is to stop thinking in terms of status quo. Status quo as in, look, we all want to live specifically, right? The world, wherever you live, depending on where you live, the people around you will tell you that life is this way, right? You grow up, you go to school, you go to college, you go to work, you get married, you have kids, and you retire, and then done, you chill for the rest of your life. We all can relate to this because we have seen this in a lot of movies as well, right? It's kind of the thing, it shows our thinking what it is. Now, I'm not telling it's right or wrong. What I'm telling is, sit down and instead of really constricting your mind only to the status quo, think about what else can you do that is not a part of it. This is why it's important, okay? The problem with taking status quo, taking other people's version of how your life should look and then living it that way, is that there is good and bad parts to it. Talk about religions, okay? Every religion, the way people preach it, not the way it was intended to. When people say that, there is good elements and bad elements, right? Talk about martial arts. Every martial arts has its strengths and weaknesses. Talk about thinking. Positive thinking has pros and cons. Negative thinking has pros and cons. The thing is, when you stick to one of them, you get both good and bad of it. When you don't need bad of it. What if you can discard bad? For example, if it's positive and negative thinking, coming in between, thinking positively so that you come to the good state of mind, and then thinking negatively so that you can solve any problems if it comes in the future, right? That is not sticking to one of it. So stop looking at status quo like the thing in your life that you need to follow. That will help you think out of the box. That is the first one. Second one, think in your own life, what are some good things that are helping you? Like really solidify and write it down. What habits are helping you? What thoughts are helping you? What thinking types are helping you? What books are helping you? What practices are helping you? What people are helping you? When I say helping you, it doesn't mean like people directly helping you. They may be influencing you positively. They may be influencing you for your growth. After you note that down, then look at things in your life that are not working out for you. Maybe your habits that are not working out for you. Maybe your thinking habits. Maybe your mindset. Maybe the people who are not helping you. They're actually pulling you down. They're criticizing you unnecessarily. All these things is something that you have to discard. On the other part, think about what other things can you try. What new habits can you try? What new what new habits can you try? What new books can you read? What new people can you meet? For example, if you have been waking up late every day, you can try waking up in the morning, see if it's useful. Or if you're waking up early, try waking up late and see if that's useful. Try working at night if that's useful. If it's not useful, discard it. Try not to work at night, sleep early. So when you try these things, you'll know what's good for you, what's not, what's working, what's not. So that's one way to use it for your life. Now coming to how can you use this model to your skill. Let's say you want to learn a skill. Let's say, for example, dance. You don't have to stick to one kind of dance. What you can do is try different dances. Get the best moves of it and do it in your own practice. Do it in your own way. Right? Any skill. Pick out the good things that are helping you, same like in the life, what we spoke about, how to do it in your life. Take out the positive things that are helping you build the skill, that are helping you be good at your skill. Look at all the things that are not helping you in the skill. Look at all the things that are not up to date with your skill. For example, if it's Excel or something, if you go to schools, in generally schools are taught few years late version of Excel. When I used to study, we used to learn like really old Excel programs, how to do Excel spreadsheets and all that, which was far backdated than the one that was available at that time. There were shortcuts that you could use at that time's current software, which you could not in the previous versions, but we were learning about the previous ones, which are out of date. Some of it worked, some of it did not work. So similarly, pick things which are out of date in your own skill that you're trying to practice. So that's one. The other is try picking out best parts of different skill. Right? Different skills have different parts. Try to look at complementary skills. For example, if you're learning martial arts, look at dance. Something close to what you're doing and pick out best parts of that. Then look at things that are vastly different from your skill. If it's dancing, look at let's say writing, right? Books or something like that, and pick out the best practices from that. See how you can adopt that to your skill. Now here's a third way to use it for your skill. Look at mentors, people who are teaching you the skill. Right? Look at different mentors in your own skill. Now when you're learning a skill from someone, you learn depending on their belief system. When you learn from another mentor, if you go meet another mentor, they'll tell you a different version depending on their mindset and beliefs. So learn from one, but try to, after you learn from one, after that is solid, then learn from different mentors. Pick out the best from it. Whatever works, keep it. Whatever doesn't, discard it. So that is how you use it in your daily life. With that said, guys, if you like to be Bruce Lee in your own life, if you would like to be Steve Jobs of your life or in your field, then leave a like, hit that subscribe button, because we have more videos like this coming your way. With that said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. This is Abhishek signing off. Goodbye.